I'm going to talk about my Raphnet Sega Master System or Sega Genesis to Wiimote adapter today. In an earlier video, I talked about my Mayflash Nintendo and Super Nintendo adapter to Wiimote. And this is very similar. It's by a different company though. It's Raphnet. And right off the bat, if you saw that one, you notice this one's a lot smaller. And one thing I forgot to mention on that video is that that adapter had a turbo button that you could use on it as well. This one's a lot more straightforward and kind of simple. So the adapter plugs directly into the bottom of the Wiimote, just like a nunchuck or a classic controller would. And then you just plug the other end directly into your Genesis or Master System controller. So the Wiimote on one end, the Genesis controller on the other end. And this will work also with your 6-button Genesis controller, or should work with any third-party controller that fit in a Genesis or Master System. I don't actually have a Master System controller to check out today though. So if you're a big Genesis fan and you want to play games on your Wii, this is a good option for you. You can use it for your virtual console games, or you could try adapting any Wii games that use the classic controller and don't need analog, and using it on that as well if the Genesis controller is your preferred controller. Maybe you like the rounded sides or something like that, or it's what you grew up on and you prefer to play all your old games on that. You could play all the old Nintendo games on it if you want. And what I usually use it for is for emulation, so let's take a look at that. Like I mentioned in my other video, the Wii is a great system for emulation. It's really easy. I learned how to emulate by doing it. Really, I saw Craigslist ads offering the service to do it for you, and I thought, well, how hard could it be to just try myself? So I just read up on it and looked into it, and that's how I got into it. Rather than paying someone else to do it, I thought it'd be fun to take it on myself. So even though it's a Nintendo system, I guess the console wars are dead, and you could play all your Sega on it. So the Gen Plus GX, you could play your Sega Genesis, Master System, Sega CD, Game Gear, SG-1000, all those good stuff. So let's give it a try. Let's pick a game here. Oops. So let's just try like Alex Kidd in Enchanted Castle. I don't know how they thought this guy would compete with Mario, but anyway. Oops. But see, it works. I'm just not that good at it. Punch the cars. And just like the other one for the NES, this one I've never noticed any lag or anything. The games play fine. It feels very natural. It feels like you're playing the real system with the real games. So if you're a big Sega fan and you want to play on the Wii, this is the way to do it. So here I'm playing a Master System game, and you can button map this to work for the different emulators pretty easily. I mean, I'm not that great at stuff like that, but it was pretty simple to set this up. And of course you could do unthinkable things like play Super Mario World with your Genesis controller. Whoops. Sega. It should work for you on any ROMs you want to play it on, even MAME if you want to play some Simpsons Arcade or something like that. You can even use it to play Wii games like Rayman Origins that work with classic controller and don't require analog inputs. Overall, I think it's a pretty cool product, especially if you're a big Sega fan and you want to have something a little more authentic to your old experience. The quality of it's pretty good. I like that it's shorter than that Nintendo one. The one thing that's kind of concerning with the build quality is that I feel like if I yanked it with any real force, it would come flying right now. In fact, I think I'm going to put some Gorilla Tape to put that in place a little better. And it is a little pricier at about $30 compared to the Nintendo one I got for about $13. But if you're a big Sega fan and you want to play Sega games with Sega controllers on a Wii, I'd say it's a good option.